Hang on, just 1 second. I got it. Okay. So, hey, welcome back to the vlog. I know, in the classroom again. What a treat. What a treat. Oh, it's everywhere. Normally not in the classroom this much on the vlogs, but you know, it's parent-teacher conference week. Yeah, parent-teacher conferences. So, yeah, I'm here till like almost 7 o'clock tonight, so I'm like, let's just talk about classroom stuff. So, I'm all hopped up on caffeine, you know. So, let's talk. What do you guys want to talk about? Well, I suppose we could talk about parent-teacher conferences again. Talk about my blunder. Talk about what I did to fix it. So, rewind. If you didn't watch my last video where I was in the classroom, I forgot to send home the papers that told the parents when their conference was. And so nobody showed up the first day, 2 or 3. And I was like, oh no, I did a video about it. And then I was like, I'm gonna send home a new note tomorrow. But we didn't have school because Tuesday was a snow day because it was snowy because we live in Ohio. Anyway, so today I stuck a sticky note on each kid with their time on it. And it seemed to have some impact. More kids showed up today. But anyway, let's talk about conferences, conference time. That's what I'm doing right now, right, in my life. So I figured I'll share it. You think like conferences is like, here's the deal, okay? This might be an unpopular opinion, or maybe not unpopular, but maybe some of you need to hear it. I don't know. Don't be extra. Is that what the kids say these days? You being extra, right? So, what do I mean? So much stress, or the workload comes from trying to do too much. Trying to do too much with not much time, or just trying to do too much for no real reason. And so, what I mean by being extra in this situation is when you're doing stuff for conferences or for lesson plans or whatever, and you gotta always ask yourself why. Like, why are you doing this? Like, if you're, okay, so it would be easier if I explain how I'm not being extra for conferences. So, this second quarter, this conferences that we're in right now, we already sent home the grade cards. So we're not talking about the grade cards. We're not like going through each item. For me, I use this as a simple time to sit down with the parent or guardian and just talk to them about their child, how they're doing, and what we're going to be doing in the classroom for the rest of the year. It's like a casual conversation. And I don't need to really prepare a whole lot for that. Maybe I get a work sample if I need to, or maybe I have something prepared, but I don't need to have a whole lot ready to go and prepared. I just don't want to overwhelm the parents with stuff. Plus, I don't want to be overwhelmed. It's overwhelming enough what's going on. So, when you're getting all these things ready, all these packets, all this cute stuff ready, you gotta ask yourself, well, first of all, why? What's the purpose? Who's it for? And how is this gonna benefit you, the students, whatever the case may be? Because so much of our anxiety and stress from teaching actually comes from stuff that we put on ourselves, doing too much, right? Like sometimes my kids say, man, you've been doing too much, right? Doing too much, exactly like that too. So, I'll never forget my first year of teaching. My mentor teacher, she was ripping my lesson plans apart, and I had this activity planned, and I can't remember the exact specific, but I had something planned in there that was, I thought I'd just put it in there because it was going to be fun. And she asked me simply, why? Why is that in here? I'm like, oh, I thought it'd be fun. And she said, okay, but what's the purpose of it, right? And she taught me to steer clear of things that make extra work for no real benefit, right? Get your bang for your buck, right? So when it comes to planning things for parent-teacher conferences, or when it comes to planning lessons, do things that you're going to get the best bang for your buck. What does that really mean? Let's unpack that, if you will. What I mean is it really worth your time to spend hours and hours meticulously getting things ready when, one, you know not everyone's going to show up, and two, would you, like, if you spend all your time getting all these packets ready and handouts and things like that, you could be thinking about what you're going to actually say to the parent. Now, again, if you can do that and it's not stress invoking and that's your thing, then by all means, that's awesome. Do it. I'm talking about the teacher who gets stressed out and feels like they have to do it that way because they see other teachers doing it that way. I'm here on YouTube, when I do teaching stuff, I like to be the voice for the teacher that's not artistically inclined or isn't constantly scouring teachers pay teachers and doing cute stuff, right? Because that's my style. I don't do that stuff. So I'm the voice for that teacher, the one that feels maybe left out because they don't have a cute bulletin board, right? So if you are that way, like I always say, I've said this in videos past, sure, that's awesome. Knock yourself out, go nuts. But if you're not that way, don't feel bad about it and spend your time elsewhere. Okay, what else do I mean by not being extra and bang for your buck? Well, lesson planning. I like to plan a lesson that I can milk for a week. For example, this week I started doing sight word basketball, and I spent a really long time planning how this would work. When would a student get a chance to shoot the basketball? What they would have to do? What's the activity that goes with it? There's a worksheet that goes with it, the whole thing. Watch a video, there's a worksheet, they get to shoot the ball, there's point systems, it's a lot of fun. But it wasn't a one-off lesson. It wasn't like my Monday lesson. I developed it in a way where I could just plug a new sight word in each day, and I could do this for 2 weeks straight, and the kids love it. You do it until they don't love it anymore, right? So it took me an hour to plan, but I'm gonna use the same activity for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days using a different word. So that's what I mean by bang for your buck. Try to eliminate, especially if you're kindergarten, primary grades, try to eliminate the super awesome one-off lessons. How can you make that lesson? How can you stretch it out? How can you get more out of your planning time? That's a huge thing that I dealt with my first year, and I think that when you spend a lot of time trying to make everything cute or just perfect, or, you know, the kids don't really care about that kind of stuff. They care about, is it fun? And I mean, that's really it. Like, to be honest, like, right? So like making it engaging is a super big important thing. But so, I mean, yeah, I feel like when I first started teaching, I always felt so guilty that I didn't do the cute stuff, the cute stuff. And it wasn't until I embraced the fact that, hey, I don't do the cute stuff. I do not cute stuff, if you could explain it that way. But that's who I am, and I don't make apologies for it. And what I want you to take away from today's vlog is, whoever you are as a teacher, whatever your style is, do it. Double down on your strengths. No, triple down on your strengths. And be that more. Be more of that thing. We all can't be perfect at everything. So find what is it that you're good at and double, triple down at it. Maybe you're really great at small group instruction. Maybe you're butts at it. Maybe you're really great at captivating a whole audience for whole group instruction. I'm butts at that. Whatever you're great at, double down on it. Now, I'm not saying don't try to increase your skills in other places, but too many times we focus on our weaknesses and not enough on our strengths. Like I said, I suck at whole group instruction. I'm just not good at it. But I'm really awesome at small group instruction. Like, really awesome at it. And I know that. And I'm not trying to be, like, I don't want to sound like braggadocious, but that's my thing. And because I've crafted it over many years of tweaking and fine-tuning, and I love doing it. No, I don't get a better rush in teaching than I do when I'm teaching small group, and I've got kids on iPads, and I've got kids on the computers, and I'm teaching a group, and there's a kid doing their mission box, and it's quiet, and there's music in the background, and we're talking about a book. I don't get a better rush than that as a teacher. So just double down your strengths. Don't try to be extra for just extras. Don't try to be extra just for the purpose of being extra. Be yourself, and be awesome at it. All right, definitely have another conference coming up, so I gotta close the vlog out. So thanks for watching. Find your gift, share it with the world, and remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.